Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of equations and inequalities. This is standard 7.11a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 38 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have an equation that's modeled here. We need to find a value for x. Now here's kind of the interesting thing, is there's no operations implied here. So let's just fill in these shapes, right? So what do I have here? I've got an x, I have an x, I have an x, I've got a 1, then all these boxes are 1s. So if we can read this diagram here, or this model, it's not a super difficult problem, but the biggest issue is what in the world does this mean? Well, let's think about it like this. Unless they show you that something is going to be, a negative, which there's nothing that shows us it's a negative. If there's a negative, sometimes they'll shade in a box or something. And all of these are positives. So I'm just going to put a little positive here. And so unless they show you differently, when you see a model like this, you're just going to assume you're just adding everything together. So this is what I have here, right? I've got x plus x plus x plus 1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? The 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify this, right? I'm going to make that 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That's 7, right? I could do the same thing over here. The one thing I need to figure out is what happens with my x plus x plus x. Well, I have how many x's? I've got 3 x's. So I'm going to simplify that. I'm going to say 3x. So this is really the equation we're looking at, okay? We're looking at 3x plus 1 equals 7. If we can do that, now we can start solving our problem, okay? So what do I want to do? I want to simplify this. I want to get down to where I've just isolated x. But in order to do that, I need to do a few different things here, right? So I'm going to need to first, let me switch colors here. First, I need to subtract 1 from both sides, right? Our properties of operations say that if you do something on one side of the equation, you need to do it on the other side of the equation. But now we can actually visually represent this, right? So to keep it balanced, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that x, but in order to keep it balanced, I need to get rid of that x as well. So what does that leave me? Well, that leaves me 3x equals 6, right? So that's a nice use of that visual representation there to show that you can take 1 off of each side and still have a balanced equation. Now I've got 3 x's. I want to figure out what 1x equals. Well, what I could do is I could break this into 3 equal chunks, right? So I could do the same thing here. I've got 1, I've got 2, I've got 3. So what did I do? I actually just divided both sides by 3. So if I divided both sides by 3 and then match them up, right, this goes to that, this goes to that, and this goes to that. That's going to leave me with x equals 2. So it looks like that's the answer. Let's do this. Let's clear all this, and let's just say x equals 2. So those 3 are going to be 2. The rest of these are going to be 1. This is how we double check our work. All right, so we know that this side equals 7. And what do we have over here? I've got 2 plus 2 plus 2, right? That's 6. Plus this extra one over there, 7. So we've double checked our work. X equals 2. And we could also do it like this. 3x plus 1 equals 7. We could, put that 2 in there. It's going to be the same thing. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Now we've triple checked our work. So my answer here is going to be C because x equals 2.